Very interesting, because there's powerful definitions. One of them I saw was, what was it, the prophetic economics or something?
Right, yeah.
What is that about?
That has to do with being, actually that's based on 2 Chronicles 20:20, where God says, if you believe in the Lord your God, so you'll be established. And if you believe his prophets, then you will prosper. And throughout the Bible, prophets, particularly in the Old Testament, because it's kind of picked up more by the apostle in the New, but in the Old Testament, prophets were tied to economy. Let's take the example of the widow woman whose prophetic husband died, and she was left in debt. Boy, can we all understand that today. And so the prophet comes in and says, what's going on? And she tells him, and she is so full of faith, she says, we're going to make this cake, and my son and I, we're going to die. Yeah. We're going to eat it and die. I mean, she's through. All right. So you could tell her husband's mantle did not linger on her life. Okay. And so he said, well, listen, give it to me first. She's like, no. I'm eating this. We're eating it. We've got it planned. We're eating today. We're dying today. It's finished. He said no. And so he goes and he tells her about getting the pots and filling them. But what many people look at that as just the miracle of the oil. Actually, he dispensed his economy into her world and caused a turnaround.
Wow.
So that mantle dispersed something, tapped into a supernatural realm, into the realm of the now, the eternal realm, and tapped into something that brought change in the natural, because the things that we see are subject to change.
Well, actually, and because it was they're not, what do you call it, agricultural society, we see it more in the Bible. We don't think God can do that today. But your economy, everyone's economy is in them, but a mantle carries the power to dispense that economy. Let's think about the Lord Jesus Christ. All right, he takes out 5,000 people for dinner. They don't go to a restaurant.
It's true.
He just feeds them out of his spirit.
That's right.
And so we bring it all down to such ethereal and imaginary ways. We think, well, okay, that's a poetic thing, that's parable, or something like that. But actually, the mantle of the prophet, the mantle of everyone, but especially the prophet, brings economy. Take your case, for example. Once you were not in the ministry, didn't have a dime to pay for it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Based on your faith and your relationship with God, what was in you as a vision transformed into the economy to build a ministry.
That's right.
That's right.
My Bible tells me, number one, that apostles came forth with the word of the kingdom, the mysteries of God, the revelations of God, signs, wonders, miracles, and a testimony, a first-hand testimony of the resurrected Christ. Yes. I'm talking about there is a classic apostolic manifestation that cannot be duplicated or imitated by anyone. It is retained for that sphere of ministry. As we look forward to the apostolic, I think that the challenge that we face is that it has to be different from the old.
November 20th through the 22nd, 2014, join Dr. Paula Price in Tulsa, Oklahoma for 3 days of powerful and transformative training and equipping. Visit www.drpaulaprice.com for registration and hotel information.